Everyone looking forward, please. Good morning, Year 11s. Today's assembly is about the start of the journey, the start of the rest of your lives. In 2 years' time, all of you will have been finishing your A-levels. In 3 years' time, you'll be studying across the world, studying at the university of your choice. In 5 years' time, you'll have started your careers. Many of you will be in this room working for the top institutions across the globe. You will then get married. You then may buy a house. In 10 years' time, your life will be set for you. In 15 years, you'll be 30. And from then on, your path in your life will be set.
I'm sorry, Mr. Headmaster. Let me tell you why that approach may fail you. I know people who graduated at 21 and didn't get a job till they were 27. I know people who graduated late at 25 and they found work immediately. I know people who never went to university but found what they love at 18. I know people who found a job straight out of college, making decent money, but hate what they do. I know people who took gap years and found their purpose. I know people who were so sure about what they were going to do at 16 and changed their mind at 26. I know people who have children but are single. And I know people who are married but have had to wait 8 to 10 years to have children. I know people in relationships who love someone else. I know people who love each other but aren't together. So my point is, everything in life happens according to our time, our clock. You may look at some of your friends and think that they're ahead of you, or maybe some of them you feel are behind. But everything happens at their own pace. They have their own time and clock, and so do you. Be patient. At age 25, Mark Cuban was a bartender in Dallas. It took till 32 for J.K. Rowling to be published for Harry Potter after being rejected by 12 publishers. Ortega launched Zara when he was 39. Jack Ma started Alibaba when he was 35. Morgan Freeman got his big break at 52. Steve Carell only got his break after 40 years old. Virgin was started by Richard Branson at 34. Getting your degree after 25 is still an achievement. Not being married at 30 but still happy is beautiful. Starting a family after 35 is still possible. And buying a house after 40 is still great. Don't let anyone rush you with their timelines. Because as Einstein said, not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that's counted truly counts. And this is the most important thing. I want you to be able to create meaningful, purposeful, fulfilling lives for yourselves, and learn how to use that to make an impact and a difference in the lives of others. That will be true success.
Hello. This is Gabriel and Icon of the Camp for Global Health Consulting. charity, for philanthropical help around the world, with many other DBA, Country Global Health Consulting, for medical, pharmaceutical, and innovative technology, meaning biopharmaceutical, the Country Global Consulting, and MedWin IT. Very much my focus is in public health and medicines, with aim into clinical research and biotechnology. That's what I aim, and social development as well. I just wonder why people don't open their eyes to identify the enemies of God, Elohim, Jesus Christ. The manipulation of information that they give to people to hate others or to control other people's lives. You wanted to tell me it is okay to put poison in somebody's food. It is okay to control somebody's life. It is okay to manipulate people, psyche. So you want them to believe in what you want to believe. But it is not okay for Gabriel and Icon to seek for opportunity. What is more evil to you? What is more evil to you? Conspiring against Gabriel and Icon, putting poison in Gabriel and Icon food, or Gabriel and Icon looking for organization who can help you? Who's evil? You pray, you hold your Bible, you claim that you know Jesus Christ. Go and ask him, what is evil? You conspiring against somebody, putting poison in somebody's food, gossiping about the person, defaming a person's name and character, doing all sorts of evil on that individual, or that individual seeking for help somewhere where he can feel seek you and battle you who want to destroy his life. You go and ask God, who's evil? Now, every single information that people have on me, it is a manipulation, and it is wrong, and it is all lies. Again, all lies. I pray in the name of Jesus Christ. And first of all, for people who say that Jesus Christ never existed, you're out of a contest. Jesus Christ have existed. You're going to ask me a reason, a question. How do I know? I know because when I pray, His Spirit show up to me into my place. I've been doing this for years. So that's all I know. Somebody who have never existed, His Spirit will never going to show up. The demon cannot appear when you call Jesus Christ. They can't, because that name is powerful. So it have to be Him. There's no question. Yesterday again, I was with Jesus Christ. So what are you talking about? If I was doing evil thing, you are the one doing evil thing, because you think evil about somebody. You don't know that that's evil? When you're thinking evil about somebody, that is evil. You're listening to people. Because Gabriel and Icon want to be friends with people like Donald Trump. Because Gabriel and Icon want to be friends with people like Bill Gates. Let me tell you something. Maybe to my mother, to my family, everybody. God never told you to deny your existence into this real materialistic world. Jesus Christ even came to support what I just said. He said, pay to Caesar what is belong to Caesar, and to God what belong to God. It meant, I know you are made biodimensional, in biodimensional ways. You live in a biodimensional universe and world. So you have to do both. God wants you to take care of matter into this earth. And He also wants you to keep your relationship with the heaven where you come from originally. Therefore, your spirit, who is from heaven, live in you in the body that is from the earth. When you bring both together, it is number 7. Because the heaven represents 3, the earth represents 4. When you bring all of them, it gives you 7. Number 6 represents human being, because humans were created on the 6th day. It means the power of humans. That's what it means. You can dream whatever you want to dream. You can dream whatever you want to dream, but as long as you don't recognize the reality of what is written in the Bible, the reality of it, you are always going to be afraid of advancing in life, and you're never going to change your life. Always going to be the same. You have to understand, God said to you, I am not a human being. I am a spiritual being. God could have said, I live in a different planet far away from here, a planet that human beings live in. But he didn't say that. He said, I am a spiritual being. It means, if you want to understand who God is, you have to understand the spiritual world, how the spiritual world functions. And let me tell you how it functions. I call this presentation the science of wisdom. Now, when you want to eat, you have a reason why you eat. Because you're hungry, or either it is a habit for you. When you want to have sex, you have a reason for you to have sex, because it will give you pleasure, or because you're seeking to have a children. When you go to work, you have a reason why you go to work, so you can pay your bill, or either you can have money. When you drive your car, you move your car, you have a reason why you're moving your car. When NASA sent astronauts into space, they have a reason why they go there. I just don't comprehend. People don't comprehend that God have a reason for them to exist into this planet. If God have a reason of creating you, it means He have a purpose. Because the purpose is a reason in which something is created or something is done. That's what it means. So if God have a purpose for a person, it means God have put in place what that person need to fulfill that purpose. Or for people who hold the Bible, who go to church, you will go into that church. But if you refuse to recognize the reality, you will be blinded, and you might even end up in hell and start blaming God for no reason, because your ignorance of holding the word of God without inviting the truth to you. You say, Jesus Christ never told you to deny where you live in. Jesus Christ told you, He repeated Himself, do not listen to the one who lives into this world, but listen to the He who is greater than the world, who live in you. What Jesus Christ is telling you? There is a prince of darkness who controls this world. You have to know that. His name is Lucifer. He have a government in place. If you are afraid of Gabriel and Michael, because Gabriel and Michael wanted to fulfill his destiny. I wanted to say this to my mother, to all my family, everybody, even friends, people who are talking behind the back. The people who control this world, they all have their hand with the kingdom of darkness. Not because they want it, because they have no choice. When God created you, every single one of us have blessings. When you send your children into school somewhere away from you, what you do? You open an account, a bank account, where you put money for him. When that child reaches 18, he's ready to go. But people just don't know. People think that they are the only thing you can. God who created you is the one who started doing that. So when God sent you, instead of giving money in material forms, He gave you your wealth in spiritual form. And that wealth that God gave you is not stored into a bank, in a material bank. It is stored into the stars that you see in the sky. And every single star that you see, depending on what star influences your birth when you were coming into this world, those stars have influenced your life, your birth. Those stars that are big, that have influenced your birth, are the one where God have already put the necessity to accommodate you into your journey, to fulfill the purpose, the divine purpose He wrote for you. People don't even have mind to think. You see those stars, it's not for show. It is an organized cultural universe for a purpose. So your stars are there. Now, some of us have more responsibility, even more heavy stars that are important. People like Bill Gates, people like Mark Zuckerberg, people like the owner of Amazon, people like the owner of Walmart, people like the owner of McDonald's, all the people like Donald Trump, people like Obama, people like Bush family, people like all the people that you have seen in power, all these people, they were made for it. So the devil who control this world don't go after those who don't have an real wealth. He doesn't. He go after those that God have destined to become leaders. Because He used you. Because when God destined you to become a leader, you're going to have many people who depend on you. And that's the target of the devil. So people need to start understanding. The devil don't come after you so that you can give him life. He doesn't come primarily after you for sacrifice. No. He comes after you because of your blessing in the stars. Now, when you wanted to use more than what God has given you, then you start going into a path in which you're going to have to do sacrifice, because you have used, or you wanted to use beyond what God have given you. So you have to make that difference. God have destined you to be somebody in which many lives will depend. Then you have the eyes of the devil on you. You want it or not, period. There's no choice. So if you wanted to be a free of Gabriel and Icon, you better not even work for Walmart anymore. You better just don't work for any high corporate company in this United States, because they're all part of it. And they don't kill people right away, because they are there based on the star and the blessing God have put into those stars for their life and for the journey. People have to be well informed. Those people manipulating you, giving you wrong information, are the evil ones. They can tell you the truth. Otherwise, you have to be even afraid of Mark Zuckerberg, because it's part of it. Because God created him for that. high purpose. Many people depend on his blessings. Many people depend on the blessing of Donald Trump. Many people depend on the blessing of Bill Gates. Many people depend on the blessing of Amazon, the creator of Amazon. Many people depend on the blessing of the creator of Google. Many people depend on the blessing of the creator of YouTube. Why do I say many people? Because everybody is using the blessing. As I'm talking right now, I'm using a computer software where the software is created by Microsoft. What is wrong with people? Why do you want to put evil everywhere? Ask. If you don't know, they'll inform you. You will never fulfill that high-level destiny without dealing with the prince of darkness of this world. If somebody told you otherwise, it is a gleam. Because it's already here established. You are not the one who's going to come and take him out. The Bible says Jesus Christ will return. It's very clear. So the problem is not about where you end up. The problem is about the state of your heart to the challenge God has placed you. That's the challenge. That's the deal. It is men who want more than what God has given them that start complicating their life. If your parent gave you $100 for your journey, an example, to go for your journey, you start using that money and you go beyond the $100. Your parent give you $100 for one day, for example. You use the entire $100 within a half of a day. Now you don't have any money. The first thing you're going to have in your mind is I have to go steal or have to do something. That's what happened to people, because they overuse the blessing that God has given them. Now they wanna, because of the ego of man, they start stealing from others. And when they steal from others, what they do, they find the master demons who will ask them for certain requirements that they have to provide, which include sacrifice and blood sacrificing, so that they can go steal from other people from the star to give to them. That's when you see the evil enter. It is not because of the devil existing, it's because of man, ego, and greed. God have control over the devil. God have control over your life. The devil don't pick you because he wants something from you. He pick you because of the blessing God put in you. That's the reason why. Otherwise, he will pick everybody. Well, when I say pick, to serve. But he actually go after everybody because he doesn't care. But when it comes to serve, he knows the blessing. He look. Those people will never gonna tell you the stuff. Many of you work at Walmart. Many that I see. You go and work every day. I see how you're gonna build that kind of money to open those kind of companies. You go to school and have 1 million PhD. I will see how you can work your money and build those kind of company. No, the devil, the king of darkness, have control of who have what. He know how much you make. He know you're making $10 an hour or $11 an hour, $12 an hour. That's it. He look your star, the way God bless you. Maybe you have 5 stars, maybe 4 stars. That's good. Stay where you are. But why do people who don't understand things, instead of coming and ask information so people can teach them, they start speculating, asking things? You think I was born with gifts to understand? You want to continue to listen to those people out there telling you lies? You continue to listen. You're going to go in the direction. You're going to end up in hell with them. Because you refuse to follow the truth and the reality. The reality is, this world don't pick you because they want something from you. They pick you, but when I say want something from you, like something evil from you. No, they pick you because you bless. And they want that blessing. They want to use it. When you don't comprehend people's lives, you have two things to do. Either you shut up, or either you come to the person and ask him a question. It is very simple. You don't speak about people's life you don't understand. You can dream as you want. You can say, I want to be like the owner of Walmart. You will never going to be that if you don't deal with the kingdom of darkness in this earth. It will be just a dream, and you're going to die like that with that dream into Jesus Christ's return for the second time. That's the reason why the return of Christ is not an option. It is a mandatory appointment for liberation. You're going to work 1 million jobs, you're never going to make that money. Because the prince of this world is going to make sure you have exactly what he wants you to have. If you want to have more, he's going to send problem, you're going to use all that money. That's what it is. But now you're going to say, where is God in all of that? What God told you, carry your cross and follow him. That's what Jesus Christ taught you. So there's no negotiation there. You carry your cross, you suffer, you cry, you suffer, you follow him until the time comes from God to come and resolve the problem. What is the problem? I know people. They see me around, they run away with the key, they say, what do you do all of this thing? If I become friends with people like Bill Gates, you're never going to see me. I'm not going to live here. Why are you afraid? If you're afraid of me, you better be afraid of Donald Trump, you better be afraid of Bill Gates, you better be afraid of every Walmart where all of you are working. Because they are all part of the deal. But they don't do that. They were born with blessing with a lot of responsibility. And when the devil see that, he come after that individual. So that it can be used. And God allowed that because that's what God created you for. But God knows he sent you in this planet, you're going to have to deal with the kingdom of darkness, which is here, which is already here. You can dream, God has blessed me, God has blessed me. But you have to remember, you don't live in heaven yet. God sent you here where the enemy is established. Either you deal with the enemy or you kill yourself. But if you kill yourself, you're not going to get back to heaven. Because do you know the reason why people who kill themselves don't go back to heaven? It is mandatory. God has said that. It's not you can negotiate that. If you're lucky, maybe Jesus Christ can give you life to come back very quick. Depending on how God has designed you. But if you kill yourself, you will never going to go to heaven. I can tell you that year with confidence. First of all, you run away from the challenge. Second, you're coward. Third, you have insulted God. That he doesn't know what he did when he created you. He doesn't know what he was doing when he created you. He doesn't know what he do when he sent you here. And he doesn't care about your life. So God said no. You're going to go straight to hell. So the point is this. If God do that, it means God knows you're going to deal with the actual kingdom that is in here, that control the reality of this world. So what is the problem? What is the problem? People start thinking that because of somebody's blessing, there's something wrong. I'm not the first, I will not be the last. When you were born with something that you didn't call for, you pay the price. And if you don't deal with, because people are going to say, oh, Jesus Christ going to come. Oh no, Jesus Christ going to, when, most people say, well, God, when the time of God going to come, He will take care of it. You're going to be waiting for it for a very long time. The time of God will come, but the time of God don't come in the way that you want. It comes in a way that you're still going to be doubting, because you're dealing with the world where this is not heaven. That's why Jesus Christ said, the will of the Father have to be on earth like it's in heaven, because it is not at this point. You want to judge somebody that you don't know. But if you understand what I'm saying here, you got to comprehend it. Never judge. Jesus Christ said that, because you don't know. All of you going to live longer. Your death will not come from me. If that's what you're thinking, all your children, your death will not come from me. It will come from above at the appointed time, the way it was written before you were even born. It will not come from Gabriel and Icon. If that's why, I'm telling you first, when the time comes for me, for my life to change, you don't want to see me. I'm going to be in a different world. For somebody to even see me with their eyes like that, you guys already know I'm private. You mean my house, all this, you don't go to see me. So you guys are believing that, I don't do that. I was born with a lot of blessing. I didn't even use 10% even yet, because it is upheld by the kingdom of this darkness, and the negotiation have to happen. The release. God will not change what is already in place because of me alone. No. If Job went before God and he said to God that I will, if Lucifer went before God about Job, and he said, I will mix up Job life. I will mix up Job life very well. Do you know what he proposed to God? I will take his business away. I will kill all his children. I will give him a disease. He came with a proposal before God, and God said, I will allow you to do all that, except you will not be able to kill him. You know what happened to Job? He lost 10 children. 10. He lost his business. He got a leprosy. People were thinking he was crazy. People were saying, leave God. But God always allowed him to fortify a person and lead an individual into the divine purpose He created him for. When the time came, now God can take the same thing and present that to the devil and say, listen, you did all this, I have accepted all of this. But the guy didn't give me up. He's still faithful to me. So now it's time for you to let it go and let him have. It's not by force. God don't function Lucifer by force. Because there's a principle. When Lucifer rebelled, in a spiritual world, it is all about the word. You know what to do. You don't come here and talk, you know the truth and say, no, you know the truth, you stay quiet. Because there you don't fast in. God said, Jesus Christ will return to fix the problem. You wait for that time. To have the right justice, to have the right thing, everything right. At this point, it's not the case. So what do people go around mingling, jumbling? Ask question. If you don't understand somebody, listen, just ask question. But if you wanted to become whatever your dream is in your head, and you think that you are born better than Jesus Christ, I want you to go to see, I don't know, to pray more so that maybe the light of God can come in you and make you realize that look recognize the reality. You have to recognize the reality. We were born. The kingdom of darkness was already here. We have authority, but we don't have that power to take him out of here. It's only Jesus Christ who's going to do that at the appointed time. So why do people continue to believe it is evil to fulfill the divine purpose in which God created you? Do Gabriel and God live in heaven? No, I live on earth. But there is a person that will exist. I will not fulfill my divine purpose that God created me for without dealing with him. It is impossible. Because Jesus Christ is not here yet. Physically, he's here walking to protect me, to give me wisdom, to fulfill it, dealing with the kingdom of darkness in place. And he will do that into the day he will return, if he doesn't return before I die, or into the day I leave this planet. The problem is, you don't become the president of the United States. You don't become a Donald Trump if you don't know who the kingdom of darkness is. If you don't know what the kingdom of light is, or what the kingdom of darkness is. If you don't know who Lucifer is, we don't know who God is. It's just gonna be a dream for you. And I'm sorry that you think that life is just a dream. No, life starts with a dream. Now you have to grow up so that your dream can be realized. No, you have to be frank with people, honest. There are people who have abused others, but stealing from others because they want more than what God has given them. That is where you start putting yourself in trouble. That is where you start doing sacrificing human things. You start doing things because God has not given you all of these things. And what those demons want, they want you to do things that are against, because you went beyond what God blessed you for. You have to know it's the key. This is the key. It is the key. When you want to have more than what God has put in your stars, if God has gave you blessing, and the blessing is measured for all those years, and they say you're going to be a leader for maybe 10 years, and that's it. Maybe 14 years, that's it, or 20 years, that's it. If you go beyond that, God is not anymore there with you, because you're going beyond what he gave you. Therefore, you're going to have to deal with the demon and devil for them to go steal from other people to come and give you. And in that exchange, they're going to ask you for some requirement, which include human sacrifice, which include all bunch of things, because you went beyond what God has given you. Gabriel and Dagon have not even used 5% of the blessing I have, and the president of the United States is not even more blessed than I do. Donald Trump is not. It's not by comparison that I'm saying that. I'm telling you the truth. Do you know who he is? He's a billionaire. It means if I was blessed from above more than him, I'm supposed to be a multi-billionaire as I speak. So what do people want from me? People have to understand the truth. Stop judging me and stop doing your evil activity and putting poison in my food And I'm telling you, the way you treating me today will depend on how our relationship will be tomorrow. Because I know I will succeed. And when I succeed, our relationship will not be the same. People have to understand that. Look, the way I'm suffering for 16 years, I've been in this country. 16 years I've been suffering because the devil said no. Where is God? God is here with me. The God will not change what is already arranged because of me suffering. No, I have to go through it. And I have to go through the devil who is in here established. I didn't establish him here. God let him establish himself. God has the power to take him out if he wants. So if you're afraid of getting rid of that, you better not even use a computer made by the creator of Macintosh, because the devil has his fingerprint on it. You better not even use Microsoft because the devil has his fingerprint on it. All the computer you have, you better not use all those things. You better even quit your job at Walmart. You better quit your job at McDonald's. You better quit your job in all high corporate that hire many people. You tell me where you're going to be able to develop and use your blessing that God has given you. You tell me where you're going to do that. In a level in which God created you for. If you have any other alternative than dealing with the prince of darkness who is in here in this reality, it will not exist. You have to go through him, unfortunately. Depending on your blessing from the stars above, that are billion of stars from far away distance, you will never be somebody. You will never be able to fulfill that if you don't deal with the prince of darkness. Your dream just gonna stay a dream, and you're gonna die with it. Maybe your next reincarnation, maybe. You have to recognize the reality when you function with God. You have to know the reality when you use your Bible. Everything is explained there. You just have to know. You just have to have the Spirit, the Holy Spirit in you to explain it to you, to decode that message to you. Because I have people, they're holding the Bible. God will not help you if you don't help yourself. He already gave you everything. He gave you the brain to think. He gave you the ability to have faith. He gave you the ability to have access to information. Don't wait for God to come and feed you when you have the ability to feed yourself. You're gonna have a bunch of people coming, you go to church. Excuse me with that. When you sit down conspiring against a person, conspiring to put poison in somebody's food, gossiping against somebody, saying that the person is doing this and doing that, when the person don't actually do those things, and you take the Bible, you go to church, my friend, you're wasting your time. God is not after the show. Men are after the show because they want it to look good. God is after the thing that are hiding, the thing that people don't see. It means your character, the state of your heart. That's what God is after. Because there you can lie. You wanted to go to church, hold the Bible in your head, go and do that. You'll be surprised ending in hell with that Bible in your head. Because you never applied what is written. And God is more concerned about people. He's more after people who apply what is written into their life, even if people watch them or not. When you start sitting behind and start gossiping about somebody, planning how to put poison in somebody's food, you are hurting God. It doesn't matter how many times you pray. And many of you are praying with arrogance. You come before God, you don't even say to God, God forgive me because I just conspired to put poison in somebody's food. Please, cleanse me. Before you can even start praying one prayer of request. If you don't do that, you're coming before God with arrogance. And your prayer will never going to leave the ceiling of your house. And that's why many of you don't feel this, don't feel the presence of the Holy Spirit, because you're full of lies. You're presenting programs. Jesus Christ never came here to create religions. He came here to reconnect people with God. Everybody keeps saying that. Why don't you apply that? He put in churches and all of this program to waste people's time. When you're going to come and tell me, Gabriel, I spoke to Jesus Christ yesterday. No, I want to church. This is the program singing. Nothing changed. People are doing the same thing to protect their own interests. The day you're going to see me conspire against somebody, maybe I'm serving the devil at this point. Because it's something I will never do. I function with the golden rule. I do to others what I want to be done into myself. But some of you don't do to others what you want to do. You guys are fearing me with your children. When you hurting me, I'm also somebody's child. You guys have to be very careful. Mostly I'm a child of God. So you have to be careful. Understand how the world functions. Don't assume. You live in Luciferic era. You want to accept it or not. The era of Jesus Christ will come when he returns for the second time. But at this point, it is listen to who govern this world. I want you to be straightforward with you in your face. The job you have is because of him allowing the energy that God has put over there to be transformed into money. He owns it. The dollar you have in your pocket, he owns it. I'm not here to promote the kingdom of darkness. I'm here to clarify. Because some of you, stuff is wrong. What do you think you live in? This is not heaven. This is planet Earth. And the prince of darkness is here. Stop dreaming. Yeah, I make some mistaken stuff. But because the influence of demons distracting me, trying to steal from me, so I have nothing. Using people to put poison in my food, have people defaming me. Anyone who came before my health, I pray to God for the forgiveness, because you have no idea of what kind of crime you have committed against the kingdom of heaven. Your sentence is actually death. But because of the grace of God and the mercy of God, because mercy do not happen before, mercy cannot happen without grace. Grace cannot happen without mercy. Many people don't know that, but the Holy Spirit revealed it to me. Mercy is God giving you, is God holding what you deserve. I mean, God holding a punishment. Grace is God giving you what you don't deserve. I mean, God giving you a blessing that you don't deserve. But in order for God to give you a blessing that you don't deserve, He has to hold what you deserve. Because giving you what you don't deserve is already another side of mercy. But in order for God to even hold what you don't deserve, it's already another side of grace. Because He's giving you something that you don't deserve in both ways. So there is no grace without mercy, and there's no mercy without grace. You guys are very lucky that Jesus Christ is in place. If God was the God of Moses, if God was the God of Elijah, God was the God of Elisha or Ezekiah, man, you guys will be already dead with all the crime you have committed against me. But because of the forgiveness of my heart and the forgiveness of God, you guys have the grace of God flowing to you through the blood of Jesus Christ. You want to put your church to impress me or impress people? You're wasting your time. Change your character. Model your character in the image of Christ. Then you're going to hear the voice in the presence of Christ near you. Stop being afraid because of the system. The system will disappoint you anyway. This system will disappoint you, you want it or not. You can try to serve them, try to think that you can be with them, but at the end, you will be disappointed. My friend, for the president of Cameroon, I have a message for them, like Donald Trump has said. For all Cameroonians that you know, they need to be peace. But for anyone who believes that, God has said to me, the next leader will not be known to none of us. If somebody that is known come in power, he will not last, God has said. The next leader in that country that will change things as somebody that nobody ever believed that he can ever become a leader one day. It is somebody that people look down on him. It is the one God will bless them. And will fix that country. That is the revelation that I have today for you. For that country of Cameroon. Because Donald Trump asked the president to leave peacefully. Because he has been there for too long. Not only been there for too long, but the country is not advancing accordingly. So God has said, if you people of Cameroon thinking that none of the people that you see don't going to be leader there, none, all that you think in your head is not God's plan, man. I'm sorry. If they try, they're not going to last. It will be like Ivory Coast, where gay king is gone and other people is got mixed up into the right person come. And the right person, God said, in Cameroon, in that case, it will be very particular. It will be somebody that nobody will ever think that he can be there. And that's the one God has chosen. It is the end. It's not negotiable. That's all. When it comes from heaven, it is what it is. You accept it or you don't accept it, is your problem. Mix up yourself. Now, and that's what it is. Because I know people have in their mind, this person can be every single person who have dealt with that man which is in power at this point. God have said no. He doesn't care if your heart is good. He said no. That's not God's plan. It is somebody who surpass everybody and somebody who have nothing to do with them. Therefore, He's gonna wipe them out completely. Not kill them, but wipe them out. It means they remove all of them, including the children that they have manipulated their mind already out. It's never late to start over. That's all. The function of a country like that, it's all contaminated. Now, where do women come from? God revealed to me that the name woman, because men mean the first creation. That's what men mean in the first language. Now, woman comes from the word wound man. You know, God has to wound a man in order to create a woman. So that's where the word woman came from. Wound man. God have to remove the right ribs of a man. I mean, you have to wound the man to create a woman. So the first two letters of wound mean womb and then man. That's why God is the knowledge of God and wisdom is a poetry of art. Why the word of God and wisdom or the knowledge of God is a poetry of art? Because into this word there's comedy to it and there's truth into it. Now, because the woman got the name of woman from wound men, then they become helper of men, because the men got wounded before they got created. You know, you have to help somebody who's wounded, right? So that's where the helper comes from. That's why God said the woman is a helper. So in everything God does, even if it is a something with the doing, there is a message and meaning to it. That's the reason why his knowledge and wisdom is a poetry of art. So woman name comes from wound men. It means she got created from the wound of the first man, of the first person, which is men. That's where wound women come from. That's why they are helper to a man, because they got created from a wounded person. It's so funny when the Holy Spirit revealed that to me, but it is the truth. God do nothing that have no meaning. Everything he does have a meaning. Now, North Korea and South Korea, after June the 12th, both countries gonna have an agreement of bilateral agreement that have never seen before. Their agreement will be most likely like one Korea Peninsula country. There's still going to be two different countries, but the agreement that they're going to have very soon will be so compelling that it will help develop North Korea in a way that it will even going to be as South Korea of today. Their own car, their own technology, all this stuff. So they're going to build a very good partnership very soon after the 12th. That's what it was revealed from heaven. Very, 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 very soon it will be that those two countries will become brother again. Just say like that. Now for the president wife, I said to you before that after her first visit, she's going to have another one. But after the second one, she'll be done. She's going to go back again for the third time, and it will be wiped out what she has. Her health will be reinstated. And last time I heard that the president said she had surgery. That was the second time Joshua was talking about it. So the third time, that problem will be gone. She'll be fine, and then she's going to have her health reinstated. But she have to have faith, continue to have faith, and everything will be fine. Now, you have heard of the voice of the child of God. For those who are afraid of me, I don't blame you. You don't have the right knowledge. The knowledge fed to you is the wrong one. The knowledge given to you is the wrong one. So I don't blame you. The only thing I can tell you is this: you are not in position to judge me, because you are part of the people who conspire against me. I am an individual God created, and God sees every single one very preciously. So when you hurt one, you are not in position to judge anyone, because you are just as evil as the devil which is in hell. I mean, in this world, he's not truly in hell, but that's his residence, but he's free to walk around. Do not neglect the devil. He is not what people proclaim he is. He was very close to God, very, very close to God. He was one of the trusted person, God, trusted angel of God. He was a very powerful angel. He was walking into the executive branch of the kingdom of heaven. He was a cherubim. In his cherubim are angels with 6 wings and eyes all over the place. That's who he was. Don't play with him. He's not the way that people proclaim an archangel. He's not. But he was defeated by an archangel because Archangel Michael, which is the chief of angels, had God with him. And anyone who have God with him will always going to win at the end, regardless of the opponent. See, archangels normally are more powerful than cherubim and seraphim. Those are the people who protect God. They can destroy an entire planet with their hand. I even say their hand, their finger. So that's who he was. And God have not taken his power like that. That's the reason why all the demons, he have power with all the demons, because he have a lot, very, very, very powerful. But Jesus Christ, power is above his power. Because God is with Jesus Christ. God is with me, regardless of what I do in this planet, to fulfill my divine purpose, the reason in which I was created. God will be with me, regardless what door I go through, regardless of the people I deal with. To fulfill God's divine purpose, God will be with me, and I will defeat the obstacle through my suffering. And I will take the responsibility of my decisions according to how God has designed my destiny. If you don't risk anything, you will have nothing. That's all. If you still there, try to be in your comfort zone. You be in your comfort zone all your life, until you take a step that is beyond your understanding. You will still gonna be the way you are. People should not be afraid of me or hate me because of my destiny. What is written is written, and it will be fulfilled. That's all I can tell you right now. So this Gabriel and Icon of the Charity Global Health Consulting, the Angel Age Medical Foundation AGN, Conflict Global Health Consulting, Conflict Global Consultants, and the Med Green IT. All those are under medical, public health, and social development. I do believe that many lives depend on my divine purpose. And I do believe that I will do what I have to do, like Donald Trump did, like Bill Gates did, like all those that God has blessed, to help others in order for me to fulfill the destiny in which I was created for. I do acknowledge that I live in this planet and I have to deal with the prince of darkness, even though that I am a citizen of the heaven. It is written and done. I will see you next time, as God continue to bless me and give me the strength to continue to glorify his name and nature. I will stay strong, and I know I will not fail. God-Elohim, Jesus Christ, is with me. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.